back by unpopular demand, me!
I play Nintendo games. But not today, because we're going to be playing through Chapter 1 of Deltarune, the second game being made by Toby Fox, the creator of everyone's favorite game, Undertale. Now, before we begin, I should probably mention that there will be a lot of loud sounds in this video. You know, if you couldn't tell already. I will also be voicing the characters' dialogues throughout this video, so I hope I don't make you cringe. Now grab your snacks, or maybe even a friend, as we begin playing through Deltarune. So the first thing we gotta do is create ourselves a character. I don't usually make my characters girls, but this time I did. She'll be wearing her Versace jacket, and all the legs are the same, so it didn't matter. What is its favorite food? I think she'll be a salty person. Favorite blood type? Let's go with D, the non-existent one. Blue! We'll give it the gift of ambition. That seems like a good idea. How do you feel about your creation? Disgust. Oh. Have I answered honestly? Yes. You acknowledge the possibility of pain and seizure. What is this, a Mori? Time to name our creation. Let's name it Opal. After the hit Jack Starber animation, Opal. No way, they want me to dox my name? Already done that. I believe Opal will do great things in her life. Oh. Never mind. No one can choose who they are in this world. Well, that's depressing. My name is...
Hi, my name is...
Oh, look, it's Toriel. I feel like I've seen her somewhere before. The nostalgia pandering is real. Looks like Toriel's gonna be our mom in this game. She was a good person in Undertale, so I'm pretty sure it'll be fine here. Toriel says it's time for school, so I guess we gotta go. It's Chariel, the beloved living room chair. After hugging the living room chair goodbye, we get the info that someone named Asriel is gonna visit this week, and we get a little view of the village we're in, and it's filled with furries! We arrive at the school and get to see what our class looks like. We got the teacher, Alphys, who has tasked everyone here with group projects. We got Temmie, who's chosen an egg as our school partner. Her mental state is obvious. We got some lizard and his cowboy friend Snowy. We got Birdly, the school annoyance, and two others I couldn't talk to because of the next person I talked to, Noel. Noel is Birdly's partner, and is Christmas incarnate. He's actually a nice person and asks Alphys on our behalf if we can make a group of 3. But Birdly interrupts and ruins the moment. Of course, stupid bird. This is Susie, the school bully, and the person most likely to cause war crimes. In my headcanon, she's Barney's rejected daughter. Alphys sends Susie to get some chalk, because plot progression, and tells us to watch her to make sure she doesn't do anything troublesome. Like that'll do anything. Susie! Don't eat it all in one bite.
You didn't see anything just now, did you?
I plead the fifth. She considers sending us to the hospital, but then stops because, quote, "You've got a good mother, it'd be a shame to make her bury her child." Coward! So after nearly losing our frontal lobe...
Was that the bite of 87?
We walk towards the closet. That's not ominous at all. We'll both go in at the same time. Oh, what, you scared, Susie?
Bite me!
Well, this isn't creepy at all. We decide to get out of the closet and not get any chalk, because plot progression, but then the door closes on us and we end up falling down. Cue the music. Nice cosplay, Chris. So yeah, now we're in the void for some reason. Save points look like this, by the way. But yeah, we end up walking around the void for a little bit and get introduced to some on-world combat, even though you can just hold right and succeed anyway. What was that? I have fists and I know how to use them! Oh, it's just Susie. And she's gone. There you are! Who's that? Just someone out to kill me. Now we're sliding. That was a close call. That's a cool effect. As we walk towards the black lasers, someone starts talking.
Welcome, heroes. Do not be alarmed. I am not your enemy. Please come forward, both of you.
I feel like I just joined a cult. But anyway, this guy is the prince of this very empty town. He asked us to listen to this story, but I said no, because I've already played this before. If you want to know what the prophecy is, you go and find it yourself. I'm not gonna do your work for you, you lazy This is Lancer, and he's the bad guy! More like bad at his job. Because while he can do the very basic action of attacking us, he fails to be menacing and evil in about every other way. So much so that he ends up explaining the story the other guy wanted to explain. Alright, I'll tell. So in order for us to get out of the closet, we need to seal a dark fountain. And according to a prophecy, Chris, Susie, and that other guy are supposed to do that multiple times and save the world, or something like that. Lancer and his dad don't want that, so we start fighting each other, because violence is how you solve things. Except we're not going to resort to violence, because a true Toby Fox enthusiast always goes for the pacifist ending in video games. The pacifist run is something I'm sure most of people know, but for those who don't, the goal is to not murder a single enemy. In Undertale, doing so will unlock the true ending. And since the option is in the menu right there, I'm gonna do it. Lancer's attacks are very basic. He'll try and roadkill our soul with his bike, and he might spice it up with some additional projectiles. After some rinse and repeat, Lancer's bike gets low on gas, and that causes the battle to end. And Mr. Storyteller from before tries to introduce himself. Could you take off your hood, please? Thanks. This is Rousey. He's a nice guy, but he's also a pushover. And Susie's gone again. Walking through the corridors of this town, we find that someone left this very large door open, thus letting Lancer get in here. I don't have a good segue for why we have to go into the door, so trust the process. That door leads us to the field of hopes and dreams. This is the first area we have that has enemies, so we can enjoy the combat in the game a bit more. I really like the combat. It's a little complicated at first, but you know, once you get used to it, it's pretty fun to dodge and weave around the projectiles they end up launching. Discord. Lancer has also littered this area with a bunch of signs for some reason. Oh look, there he is right now.
Lancer, where's Susie? You mean the purple girl? You fools, there's no way to stop me. What did you do? It was so simple. She beat me up, so I ran away.
Lancer, you're not helping your case here. For some reason, everyone around here seems to have been attacked, or in a special case, robbed from some purple creature. We can probably deduce that it's Susie doing these things. Oh look, a puzzle! It's very simple. In fact, you can consider this more so a movement check than anything else. Hey look, a white ribbon. I don't want to wear girly things though. How about you take it, Rousey?
Does it look pretty?
Lancer ambushed us with some halfies, but they're support enemies apparently, so their pattern is easy to dodge, I guess? Don't ask me how this works. Oh hey, Susie.
Face.
I get the feeling Susie doesn't want to do the pacifist run. So for a little bit, Susie's not going to be listening to us, and is basically going to be ruining our pacifist run. You could argue it's already ruined, but I get the feeling Toby Fox planned this. Anyways, Lancer's here again, trying his best to be a bad guy. Seriously, what kind of evil laugh is ho ho ho? And Susie agrees, calling the goofy goober baby Santa Claus.
Now, I'm really mad.
Oh, okay, I get it. Thank you, purple girl.
Wait, what? Apparently Lancer here can't tell the difference between a threat and a word of advice. And he goes away, thinking Susie did something normal. Did you really expect a normal thing from the offspring of Barney the Purple Dinosaur and Joanne Jett?
Merry Christmas!
Another puzzle! What you're supposed to do is push the two boxes onto the buttons, so that we can advance through the spiky fence. But if you want, you can become a box yourself.
Chris, you aren't a box.
Chris, don't listen to him, you can be a box. I was a box for Halloween once.
Just a box?
What, it's not like I can dress up as a monster. It's moments like these where you can tell a lot of work was put into something. Susie, pacifist run! What do you not understand?
My guys are about to smash you into blood. Lots of blood. Splooshing blood. Very gross and bad.
What's the bucket for?
It's to put the blood in.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to make a mess.
Truly, one of the moments of all time. Let's see here. The crumpled paper is definitely Susie. She doesn't care at all. I guess Rousey wrote the neat paper, and I think we all know whose paper belongs to Goofy Goober over there. Let's go with Susie's paper. Maybe she can come up with something cool.
Okay, and your name is?
Hi, my name is...
I don't think I'm allowed to say this one.
I don't like where this is going.
$! Exclamation mark, $!
Oh! The Kronk Squad.
Yeah.
Did I mention how fun the battle system is? Because it's really fun. Lancer, make up your mind. Are you going away or are you staying? Hey, it's the checker dog from before. Susie, apologize. So this is the first mini-boss we're going to be fighting against. His attacks are pretty basic. He'll jump around a bit, some feet scalp at us, and sometimes do a combination of the two. Unlike every other enemy so far, this guy doesn't understand the meaning of dodging, so Susie gets some hits in. Luckily for us, he's got some almond milk to heal himself. The way we beat him is by bowing down at him, because by doing so he will bow back, therefore loosening the crown that made this guy a threat in the first place. After this confrontation, Rousey decides to tackle Susie's hatred towards the pacifist route, because throughout every battle so far, the only thing Susie has done is try to become the next Jeffrey Dahmer. But Susie gets fed up with our way to play and decides to join Lancer as a bad guy. No, I'm not joking.
Susie, you can't just bite me!
Okay, bye. One battle later and they're already flexing. And they left again. Forgot to mention this, but we're in a forest area now, filled with the usual culprits like Lancer and Susie. This time they're eating snacks.
Sorry, what are you two having exactly? Just a daily treasure I hid in this stump's orifice. Okay, but what is it? Feast for yourself, my main man. Chris, do you want to try it?
Darkness first!
Oh, there's a honey pot inside, and it has salsa in it. Bingo, you sweet little pumpkin. Yummy, it's delicious.
Come on, you're just pretending to eat it.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Susie died later that day.
Oh look, a mini-boss. And it has 3 heads. And it's their birthday! The way to beat this one is to talk about the things they enjoy, like sports, boys, and trees. Yeah, I know that's a weird combination. Their attacks are simple though, being a projectile that splits into 3. Hey, there's a bake sale going on over here. We got Choco Diamonds, Heart Donuts, and Lancer Cookies. A cookie shaped like Lancer's face. Maybe not a cookie, and only heals 5 health. Worth it. After some dodging and weaving, we find a sweet little boy. A sweet little boy wearing a mustache as a disguise who wants to make an evil plan to impress his cool friend Susie.
Really narrows down the options, huh?
If you don't believe me, go play the game yourself. You'll find the dialogue in there. Rousey wants us to play along for friendship, apparently, so we go along with it, and it turns out that we got to make a machine. Let's try and make it as evil as possible. Ah yes, nothing is more evil than a duck, especially when it's riding a tank! It was about time that happened anyway. So Susie and Lancer run off with our idea of an evil creation, and what is that thing? Since we have been so graciously depleted of all our health, why don't you try the Lancer cookie, Rousey?
Rousey died later that day.
And so, with our health restored, we do some ring around the rosy to reveal a weird-looking tree with a lever inside. Like this, a pleasant surprise. Don't mind me, just doing all the work for you. Next up, another puzzle. As I so graciously forgot to mention, Lancer said earlier that he knew the forest like the back of his head, but following him leads us to a dead end, because misdirection. So now the game is go to the direction that Lancer doesn't go in. With some Susie added, because why not? I mentioned that Susie's thrown into the mix here to, not follow, but she also seems to show concern over the fact that Lancer is lost in the forest, showing that despite being on the wrong side of history right now, Susie does, in fact, care about people. I don't like the trope of having a bully or edgelord as an ally, since in most cases, their character progression either doesn't exist or is very poorly done. In this game, as we'll see later on, she actually does treat us well by the end of this chapter, while still keeping the edgelord/bully mentality. Maybe in future chapters of the game she'll learn to be kinder to everyone and not just her friends, but we'll have to wait until the next chapter is released to see that. After going through the maze, we find that Susie and Lancer did, in fact, build the machine we sketched up.
Your design stinks, so we blew it up. Ah, I see.
Rousey tries to reason with Susie, bringing up how she needs Chris, the player character, to get back home, but Susie counters that logic with a double battle. Not the Pokemon one, but if you want to see me play a Pokemon game, let me know in the comment section down below. Lancer's attacks are the exact same as the first time we fought him, so no problem there. And Susie likes to throw a bunch of axes, because that's something you do to other people. I would tell you how I beat them, but I honestly do not know how to put it into words, and I don't understand. Lancer gets the big sad though, because he's afraid that Susie won't be on a team with him anymore. And look at that, Susie actually cares and lets Lancer join the Crop Squad.
Post-production Josh here to add the fact that, hey, Lancer and Susie are on our team now. Yay!
Man, I'm still hungry. It's like nothing I eat here matters. I should have stolen more money for the bake sale, I guess.
I was thinking of baking a cake later.
What's the catch?
You have to stop making fun of me for one.
Pass! The next few hallways are mainly here to show more of Susie and Lancer's friendship, including Lancer trying a fruit he never tried before, and Susie kind of admitting that she likes being here with us.
Look everyone, we can see the castle. Yeah, that's where I live. Me and, my dad.
You okay, Lancer?
Are you sure there isn't another way home? The fountain's being guarded right now. If you go there, you might get hurt.
Susie tries to reassure Lancer, saying that no one could beat a team like us and that there's nothing to worry about, and he's gone. And so is everyone else. Chase sequence.
Wait!
Hey, you. You're finally awake. Looks like judgment has finally been taken for my actions. There isn't much to do in here besides tie myself to these chains. Susie, jump scare!
Susie, where are you?
I don't know. Prison? Turns out she sweet-talked the guards into letting her go. If you count this as sweet-talking. Susie, can you get us out of here pretty please? I'm going chill.
Chris, are you worried about Susie?
Not in the slightest. Oh, never mind. So Susie caught drift of Lancer yapping while she was making her way out of this place, and she is not happy about what she heard. You see, Lancer is the reason we're in prison right now, but he's doing so because he's scared that his dad is going to murder us senselessly. Susie takes this as betrayal and starts attacking Lancer. This is the third time we've fought Lancer, and the attacks are just more of the same, but after a while, Lancer stops targeting us altogether. He doesn't want to hurt Susie. He sees her as his friend. Because Susie is caught up in her anger, she keeps on attacking. She ends up snapping out of her rage eventually, and after Lancer explains why we're all in prison in the first place, Susie agrees not to kill Lancer's dad. Lancer is still on the fence about it, but Susie pumps him up enough, so he leaves to try and sweet-talk his dad into not murdering us.
Susie?
Yeah?
Are we still friends?
Huh? Of course. I mean, if you want to be. One jailbreak later, and we're in an elevator where Susie asks if she can start the pacifist route with us. And it looks like the elevator's done elevating. Or else he goes on ahead without us, because Susie here has more character development to go through.
Hey Chris, wait a second. You know,
I'm starting to realize it'll be easier to get out of here if we all get along a little more. So next time we fight an enemy, if you tell me what to do, I'll listen to you. We love character development, don't we? Just don't tell me anything stupid or I'll go back to smashing heads. Susie, flirt with the enemy! What the ham no?
it's okay if you don't know how, Susie.
That's not the problem, dingus. Ed Hathy felt awkward and left. Hey, get back here and let me flirt with you. This is the last dungeon in this chapter. It has almost everything you'd expect. Stronger versions of previous enemies, spooky music, and Ralph's card. Very late introduction to a new character, but Ralph's card has been appointed by Lancer's dad as the ultimate puzzle guy. Hold up, wrong game.
Thou may have cloudst past all thou otherest conundrums, but thous were created by utter weaklings. Now prepare thyself for the strongest puzzle of thou's life. Toil worms!
This looks really hard. I don't know if I'll be able to solve it. Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic. I could show you all the gameplay I have in this dungeon, but then my viewer retention would go bye-bye. So speedrun!
Thou'st guys really think that was all I hadst? Wrong! It is time for you to feel my real power. Behold my ultimate puzzle! Have at you!
This is even harder than the last one. How are we gonna get through? You get the joke now. It's not that hard.
Gullible worms! That wasn't really my ultimate puzzle. I have a waste better one right here. Can we see it? No!
As a final dungeon, I think this is a good one. If they made the reskins of previous enemies a little less obvious, and if they used a different color scheme instead of whatever this black one is, I think I would like it just a little bit more, but, you know, that's just me. You might be asking why one of the bad guys is allowing us to buy things from him. But I don't know the answer to that, so let's just move on. I said move on! We're fighting you again? Okay, fine. Checker Dog has the same attacks as before, but this time Susie has an idea.
What's your idea, Susie?
How do I say this? I kind of need you for this one.
That's fine, Susie. I'll help.
Cool. I just need to stand still. Wait, what? Wah! A few Rousey throws later, and we defeat Checker Dog for the last time. Ralks tries to play it off as if he was just testing us for the final boss, and fails miserably to convince me. Looks like someone had a tantrum here. A little walk past the throne room, and we find Lancer, who's about to go talk to his dad. I get the feeling that we're at the final battle. Lancer mentions how he didn't go and kill us, and that makes his dad angry. Understandably so. If I were a bad guy, the last thing I would want is to keep the biggest threat to my success alive.
They're alive!
Yes, and I think you'll like them a lot.
Hey.
It's nice to meet you.
Lancer's dad, who we'll call Lester for now, tells Lancer that we are the scum of the earth, and that we are manipulating Lancer. Lester threatens to drop Lancer off a cliff if we do anything, and because we're the good guys, we have to. And right before we get clobbered by a bunch of spades, Lancer hits Lester in the back, causing him to not be dropped in a cliff. Alright, enough already. Who do you think you are?
To my people, I am a hero. But to you, I'm the bad guy.
And so begins the battle against Lester, or King as the game calls him. There isn't a clear-cut way to beat him without running a knife through his head, so we first try to talk to him, which clearly doesn't work as all it does is give Susie a new fighting move and Rousey a multi-heal. So we kinda have to just wait around and dodge his attacks until something interesting happens. Lester has a similar attack to Lancer, and I think you know the one I'm talking about, but he also has this cool grappling hook attack where he'll latch onto our movement plane and move it around, while some spades conga line towards us from behind, along with a few others that I'll show on the screen. The whole battle, Lester keeps on yapping about his evil goals and some guy called the Knight. Who's this Knight character? I don't know, ask your mom. After a while, Lester gets tired and stops attacking us, which you would think means we defeated him, but Rousey can't resist being a kind person, and ends up healing Lester of all his tiredness.
Don't you feel silly? Don't you feel stupid?
You're the leader, aren't you?
I plead the fifth.
Quiet, people!
Get away from my friend, now! Susie and Lester end up having a one-on-one chat with each other before a bunch of enemies and Lancer show up and overthrow Lester.
Yikes! I think someone needs a timeout. Go to your room, Dad!
No!
Rousey ends up getting the big sad because she let Lester get to him, and now he thinks that kindness can't handle everything. And to a certain extent, that's true. Some people, no matter how kind you may be around them, will never change, and Susie agrees with the sentiment, saying that while some people you have to fight, if you never let your guard down, then you might end up hurting someone you care about. Good ending. Now that we've beaten up Lester, we can finally go and close the fountain. Except we don't, because we need to say bye to our friends, like Lancer, Rousey. But now we can leave this fantasy world behind and go back to our fantasy world. We come back to the unused classroom, and for some reason there are a bunch of toys scattered around. I wonder what that implies. Mom, jump scare. So as if it weren't obvious, a lot of time's passed since we were sent to get the chalk. So much so that it is now sunset. Mom's kinda angry, but when we explain that we've been hanging out with a friend, she kinda forgets about it. Since this is the final section of the chapter, you're free to do whatever you want. You can go visit Birdley at the library to find out that you haven't returned the How to Draw the Dragons book in 2,583 days. You can go talk to some other characters from Undertale. And you can visit Noelle's dad lying on a hospital bed. There's a weird underground bunker here. I don't know why. Might be used for a future chapter though.
Yeah, you won't catch me here at midnight.
It's the funny man with a side quest. Alphys, what are you doing in the streets? You can also find Noelle near a gate where she'll ask what Susie's like. She eats chalk. We find a flower shop too, owned by some guy. Looks kind of familiar, but doesn't ring a bell. It's implied something happened between him and our mom, and considering we were welcomed with a big old bear hug, my guess is divorced couple.
Leave your wacky predictions in the comments down below.
He asks us to bring some flowers to our mom, and we do. She doesn't seem too happy about it, but it's fine. But with that all said and done, we head to our bed and sleep. Except we throw out our soul and put it in a cage. But that was the first chapter of Deltarune. Overall, I'd say the game is starting off great, with funny dialogue, relatable, to a certain extent, characters, and good gameplay mechanics. I don't really have a lot of criticism to make that would matter, as anything I have against the game so far is just personal/moral issues I have with it. I can't give a 1 out of 10 rating on the game, considering it's still in the process of being made, but I'll give chapter 1 a 7 out of 10. And if you, yes you the viewer, enjoyed this video or anything else on my channel, I would appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribed to my channel. I love making essay videos like this, and they do take a lot of effort, so sharing the video would also be appreciated. And if you want to send memes and talk about stuff with me, I have a Discord server now, and the link will be in the description. Thanks for watching the whole way through, and I'll see you in the next video.